What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Madden 21 Next Gen upgrade. First of all, I need to say that I'm very confused, and if you are someone that plays Madden on PC, I don't know what's happening. I hope that we're just getting patch notes. I reached out to some of the people that I talked to on Madden side of things just to see like what's going on for the PC players, because I mean, like, graphically and stuff, whatever upgrades you're getting on the Series X, on the PS5, is probably going to rival, and it should at least rival, the graphics that we've had on PC for like the last 2 years. Because it is definitely noticeable. Like, anytime I went from PC to my Xbox One, I was like, oh, okay, well, it looks like this was played and recorded with a potato in comparison to what I was rocking with on PC. So I don't know what's coming with that. If I can get that information, I'll probably make a tweet out, because there is nothing in this Gridiron Notes that really talks about what's going on with the PC version. But as someone that now is a proud owner of the Xbox Series X, that's pretty cool, right? You know, it's pretty cool that, you know, they will be getting a big upgrade. It's not just like they're straight up porting the exact same game over, but we'll start with this. You know, we're not going to be classic YouTuber and wait till the very end. If you were expecting anything else more to come to franchise mode in Madden 21 when it went to Series X, you would be mistaken. There is nothing that has been promoted, talked about, or anything in this article that any changes whatsoever will be coming to franchise mode when the game gets the upgraded version on the Series X, the S, and the PS5. Now, we did just get that big patch update, the big title update for franchise mode, which so far generally looks to be solid if you turn off, you know, dev trait regression. The dev trait regression is incredibly broken. I'm seeing a bunch of people tagging me and shit where they have a player that will go up and down a dev trait in the exact same week on top of harsh dev trait regressions, which make absolutely no sense. So I cannot stress enough that if you are playing with the brand new franchise features, turn off dev trait regression until it gets patched and is working properly. But what are we getting on the new upgraded version of Madden 21? Well, get used to it. This word, next gen stats. This whole article sounds more like, because at next gen stats, I'm pretty sure it sounds like, from what very little research I did, it looks like it's some sort of company within the NFL that gives you all the data and stuff, and you can see it, like, that's how they track, like, how fast guys are running, how many MPH, how many miles per hour. Come on, let's do some kilometers per hour. It's proper measurement. But all that different things, and honestly, this whole article almost felt like, you know, Madden bought the rights or something like that, the next gen stats, and they had to, like, kind of shovel it to all of us. But so there's going to be next gen stats. It's going to be real-time data speed acceleration for every player, so that's going to be properly captured in the animations and stuff that we're going to be getting in Madden 21, which is cool. Like, I don't want to be overly harsh. I personally wasn't expecting anything happening to franchise mode. Okay, I'll be honest. I thought we might get like one thing, but even from that initial list of things that we're supposed to be getting in franchise mode in Madden 21, you know, there's nothing too juicy that would have been like, because you couldn't just slide in something that's like meh. Like, they couldn't have just waited and slide it in like, hey, we added the playoff bracket on next gen, because that's kind of a slap in the face. So I don't really know what they could have done outside of just, you know, generally making the game better at launch for franchise players. But, you know, I really do feel like no one, unless you've actually got your hands on and have played with these next gen player model movements for the gameplay, you can't really, you know, appropriately give feedback on it. So more so, I can just kind of relay the information and make some assumptions, make some hopefully smart predictions about what's going on. Because, I mean, it honestly sounds like it could be cool. Like, it just, more people want it to feel more realistic in a good way. Like, not more realistic in the sense that Madden shouldn't feel like a video game. Not more realistic in the sense that it literally feels like the ultimate NFL sim. Like, that's where the disconnect has been for, like, you know, I guess you could say and consider my side of the argument for the last couple of Madden games, is that there's always the side that wants it to be completely realistic, 1000% a sim, and don't really play like a video game. And, like, that's how you get, like, you know, the Formula One games. Formula One games, I'm pretty sure those are done well, but they're so realistic they're not that fun. You know what I'm saying? They lose the video game element of it, where it's like, all right, as soon as you bump a guy, the race is pretty much over. I don't really want that in my video games. I don't want it to be super crazy. So that's something that will be very interesting in this because it does seem like all these next-gen stats is going to focus on a more realistic experience. So it's going to be interesting what that balance is for this gameplay between the authenticity of an NFL sim while still, while still understanding and recognizing that it's a video game and people want to have fun. But we got, like, here's an example here, a big bruising ball carrier running. So we'll just say Derrick Henry will run with a heavier weight and produce more tackle outcomes when he gains extra yards, while a smile agile ball carrier will say Alvin Kamara, I guess, even though he's not that small, we'll say Alvin Kamara will change direction efficiently and avoid tackles rather than power through them. So again, like, it's just little things like that, little nuances that I'm intrigued. I'm honestly intrigued with this. And I don't really think there's a whole lot of people that are going to be like, oh, this has got to be brutal. Like, I guess the only way you could come away finding something negative in this is just, is this going to be more animations to deal with? Like, how are they going to, if this is something that feels very smooth, it's next gen. We should have expectations and optimism that this is going to be very smooth and feel lifelike versus feel like you're getting sucked in and locked into a bunch more animations that have been added into the game. So I suppose that is going to be another one of the balances here that will be pretty interesting. We have next-gen stats and route running. So they're going to take game data to figure out the speed and acceleration in routes. So their animation engine is also leveraging player-specific route paths from next-gen stats for individual receivers. For example, the path that Packers wide receiver Davante Adams takes on a deep crossing route on Sunday will feel the same, reflected in Madden gameplay. So the result is a natural feeling, fluid route system with more rounded turns, athletic nuance, and player different. So it's going to make everyone that's, more of an established wide receiver. So hopefully we'll see some nice Travis Fulgham jump balls. But, again, got to see what it feels like. Got to have to play through a bunch of different players. But sounds cool. Sounds promising. I'm on board. I'm absolutely on board. Next-gen stats and defense. So we're going to have, like, a lot more tackling. They said that next-gen stats also brought improvements to AI pursuit. So that when AI-controlled defenders are pursuing ball carriers, they will now get in better position to make a play or be in a better position to timely click on for the user to make a play. So that sounds good. That sounds like that's going to help and give you a more authentic experience for CPU. It's also going to help players on your side of the defensive side of the ball that you want to switch over to, which is good. Because that is something for me personally, it's always felt clunky. Like, anytime I'm playing defense and I want to switch from a middle linebacker to an outside linebacker to make a play on a running back that's got to the second level, it always feels like there's, like, I'm not going to say input lag, but it feels like there's just a little bit of a disconnect. It's not smooth. It's not fluid. And oftentimes when I'm making that somewhat late switch to an AI defender to make a better play on the ball, it's just like I don't have a chance because there's that reaction time that kind of kills the fluidity of the defensive attack. So maybe that improves that, which I'm intrigued about. Yeah, this one's kind of lame. I mean, next-gen stats powered replays. For immersion, for all you immersion people, that sounds cool. They're next-gen stat powered replays can be triggered by certain statistical moments, and then they are presented in beautifully rendered cinematics throughout the gameplay experience. Now, maybe could be cool. I gotta wait to see it. But I'm personally someone that I actually kind of hate the replays in a way. And that's weird because I'm a YouTuber. Like, getting a nice replay on a big play is good for my videos. It's good for my presentation. But I find more often than not, the more cut scenes and stuff like that I get, whole day to skip. And I know that there's definitely a segment of Madden players that are kind of like that as well. But I don't know. Maybe this will look pretty cool. Sure. And they tell you, wow. I will say, to keep this on Vogue with the negative stuff that we read about that is a lot of the article dedicated to replays. I'll just say that. That's a beefy part. That's like that big chunk of center meat on a nice pork chop. And it's dedicated to the replay system. But it is what it is. We got next-gen play calling. This looks like there's going to be a brand new interface. Gonna have to see it. I don't know. It's covering a lot of the screen, but again, for almost 95% of this stuff, I'm making assumptions. And to give an honest opinion, you just gotta have to wait till, like, what is it, December 4th is when it drops. But there's gonna be next-gen play calling to provide a solid foundation for the player movement system. We've also made an upgrade to the play call system, giving the best plays for the right players on every down. via by player play calling. You can now keep all of your preferred plays, so slants and C4 specials, on speed dial with the favorite play marker and a new playbook tab, which gives you intuitive way to save your favorite plays and easily find them later. Okay. Cool. We've made the play call screen more intuitive and user-friendly while still having the power and depth our core fans love. You'll be able to see your Superstar X Factors and their stats for the current game, all right inside the play call screen. So, sounds like it could be cool. It could be also information overload and clunky. So let's wait and see. Additional gameplay improvements. They have pass lead, the run game. They're going to be more lanes, so I don't know if they're trying. If this essentially is them trying to shake up the meta a little bit. I feel like the run game meta is still very much in Madden. Quarterback movement into the pocket is smooth and athletic. You also feel the differentiation. Let's pronounce that properly. I literally just woke up 15 minutes ago. You also feel the differentiation in movement all over the field when comparing pocket passers to mobile quarterbacks. Hopefully, this is what I've been pounding the table on, is kind of not nerfing, in a way, quarterback with escape artists. And the issue is it's not that quarterbacks have escape artists. It's for fast, athletic quarterbacks that don't have escape artists. So hopefully this is some sort of fine-tuned balance for that. We have head tracking for receivers. So when they're looking, make them more aware of on-field action. Tackling, there's going to be rally tack and more improved gang tackles. Pass rush timing. Blazing fast load. I mean, whatever. The load time, sure. Again, I'm not going to really notice much of a difference. I usually play on PC. So there we go, fellas. There is what we're getting for Madden 21 on next gen. I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I mean, it's gameplay. I really feel like there's gonna be a bunch of people probably talking about this update, and unless they've actually got their hands on it and got in and play a couple games, how can you judge gameplay from text? You know, you gotta get in and play with it. So it sounds, most of it, like it's gonna be very interesting. Like, it could be a step in the right direction. And if they get this right, this is just something they can build on for the next era, the next gen era, the Series X, Series S, and PS5 era for Madden going forward. And if they can get this right, if this stuff here, all this next gen stuff is putting Madden gameplay right in that pocket next to a couple dimes and some lint where it needs to be and where the players want the gameplay to be, and then they come through with this. Let's be honest, there's no way to not acknowledge the fact that Madden has to come through in Madden 22 with the franchise mode. If these things are going to stack well, and Madden 22 could be awesome. Could be what we've been looking for. Could be the start of next-gen Madden coming back to its roots and being about fun, authentic gameplay with a dedicated franchise mode. But that could just be me wishfully thinking. We're going to have to wait and see, and I'm sure once the game drops on next gen, I'll be able to hop in and kind of take some of these assumptions from this video, test them out, and give a true review for anyone that may have been unable to get their hands on a next gen console and tell you if it's worth it or not. But what do you guys feel about it? I know that a lot of people were probably hoping something would happen for franchise mode, but given the fact that we just got that update, what, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, you know, it was kind of highly unlikely in my opinion. So let me know what you guys feel about it in the comment section below. We'll be back sooner than later with a newest episode of the Philadelphia Eagles main channel franchise. Until next time, it's C4. So if you like the video, smash that like button. Helps the video know YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. And I'll see you guys back on the next one. Peace out.